One on Collector's Optical 20 here for another Hot Toys video review. This time it's a bit late. I got the Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron Iron Legion, and you can purchase this figure at bigbadtoystore.com. Just click the link in the description. I've been trying to collect the Age of Ultron line. I don't have Ultron still, waiting for a right price. And this is a shocker for me because I didn't know I was gonna pick this up. But I'm actually quite surprised how good it is, so I'm really glad. And then the price is not bad for this figure. So you can see the box, it kind of goes in line with your Age of Ultron figures. You can see there, kind of like the Iron Man helmet on the side. You know what? I gotta give it to the Ultron franchise. It's not a great movie, but they produce some quality figures, and I really like it. I didn't had a chance to complete the first Avengers. I was collecting, but I was kind of hesitant. I always thought they were expensive, but now it's just whatever, man. I'll just go ahead and splash out. He doesn't come with a lot of accessories. He comes with this rockets, so to speak, on his forearms. Typical Iron Man figure, you know, he has some of these. He doesn't really have a lot. I wish he would have came with some battle damage pieces, but that's besides the point. But you can see there's a nice paint application in his hand. It looks like it's been worn out, battle damage and all that stuff. 03. You can see here, this is the I believe this is the non-articulated fingers. He only comes with two hands. One is the angled hand, kind of like a repulsor blast. This is made out of rubber, so don't try to move him. Maybe you'll break them or something like that. But yeah, it's that's pretty much it, you know. And then he comes with the stand. He comes with like articulated hands, but that's about it. Iron Legion. You know what? They should have included the dynamic stand because this guy flies. You know, it just makes sense. Kind of like what they did with Vision, but I guess because of the price, they didn't include that. But the paint application is really great on this figure. You get him, he's plastic. He's not die cast, but he has a little bit of weight in him, so he feels sturdy. I really like the paint application. I wish it would have came with a different chest piece, like a battle damage one. You can take this off and you can kind of see all the internals of this robot, which is pretty cool. But I still wish that, you know, they would have came with the battle damage one, and also with the helmet one. I think that would have worked well, because if you remember, somebody threw a rock at him or a bottle of beer, kind of messed him up. So I wish that was included, but it's not. But then again, at the same time, the retail price for this is around less than $200 with shipping and all that stuff. So I would say this is the cheapest Hot Toys in a while, you know, a sub 200 Hot Toys. You can see there, it just feels nice when you hold him. It doesn't feel cheap. I've held Iron Man that feels cheaper than this. Somebody like, let's say, Silver Centurion. Feels like he's made out of plastic. Like I said, he's not as heavy as a die cast, but I don't know, there's just something about his plastic that doesn't feel ultra cheap, so to speak. And on the back, really nicely detailed. There's a lot of movements on him as well. Some articulation points. You see there, obviously not as good as some of the die-cast Iron Man, but for its price, it lights up. You know, it lights up just like a regular Iron Man. But the level of details, of course, is in there for, you know, Hot Toys figure. This is where the battery compartment is, but that's 03. And they also do a great job, in my opinion, on hiding this battery compartments. It looks seamless, in my opinion, and they always did. You know, some of them are hard to reach. That's one of my complaints whenever they do this thing. Some of them are kind of, you know, you feel like you're gonna break the figure just to light up their chest or their helmet. But it is what it is. 03 right there. I mean, overall, the quality of this figure is top notch. And I noticed that they kind of put more effort if they know, because this thing is not a hot seller. You know, it stayed on the shelf for quite some time. I believe it's still at Big Bad Toy Store, and it's been out for almost a year now, if not more than a year. He's not a main character, that's why, you know. And guys like him, Electro, those guys are a bit shady if you're trying to purchase an item. And this is his head sculpt. This is how you remove the top. As you can see there, the faceplate has some battle damage into it. If you're an Iron Man collector, it's a nice piece to have in your collection as well. Even though it's not per se Iron Man, Tony Stark made these guys, and it's a nice variation. If you have like 6 of these guys, multiple ones, it's gonna be a bit expensive, but I'm assuming it's gonna look good. You get kind of create the pod that it comes out with. Pretty nice. It lights up, the chest lights up. It has all the attributes that a regular Iron Man would have. So you can see here, you can see the neck. So there's no way a person can fit inside the suit unless you have a really skinny neck, and that's the point. There's no person inside. It's just a robot to clean up after the Avengers. That turned out to be, I would say the base for Ultron. You can see there. So overall, like I said, really nice figure. Is it worth the money? I would say yes. Is it worth the $200 that you're gonna spend on him? It depends, because he is, like I said, he's not a standalone item. So you gotta have some Age of Ultron guys or some Iron Man to get him along with them. But at the same time, he looks really cool. I mean, if somebody who walks in and he doesn't know Hot Toys, he would think that this is Iron Man because of the faceplate and all that stuff. Iron Man is pretty popular by now. If you haven't seen a single Iron Man film, then maybe you're like 80 or something, But if like a regular dude who doesn't look at Hot Toys, he would say, oh, you got a cool Iron Man figure here. It's white and blue, different color variation, as we know now. I mean, for crying out loud, we got a gold Iron Man. So somebody would think this is Iron Man, and he looks pretty cool, to be quite honest with you. He's bulky. You can see his legs, his thighs. It feels different, but at the same time, it gives you that familiar feeling. You can see here, I got him to a pose where he's kind of like shooting his rockets from his arm. So yeah, you can put him in some nice poses. His torso doesn't extend, his legs doesn't drop like Mark 42 or 43. He doesn't have those capabilities, but at the same time, he doesn't really need to. Would have been nice, but I'm sure they're going to jack up the price if you do something like that. But even with these limitations, he can still hold his own as far as poses. The good old repulsor hand. He can't do the ground pose, because of the legs and all that stuff. Maybe he could, I just didn't try. Now, going back to the figure, if you should own it or not, it depends. I have 50 figures now, and most of them I do like. Some of them are duplicate of the others. Some of them are Enter Bay, and I wouldn't get rid of them. It's one of those things where if you are committed to Age of Ultron line, maybe you should get one. I wasn't really completely dedicated to it, but I made a point that guys that had no intentions of getting, for example, like Vision and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, I did pick up. I don't know, it's just that they're made such, I would say, interesting characters to me. I know Quicksilver is not really that main character, but I don't know, they just looks good, and together they look pretty awesome, and you can throw that into the same category. However, it's hard to take pictures of him by himself. He gotta be fighting someone or something like that just to make him look good. Maybe if you have Ultron Mark 1 and you throw him in the mix, then it would look somewhat decent, But I sold mine. I sold this figure to a good friend of mine, to Eric, and he's a big Iron Man collector. I would have kept him, but like I said, it's the space. Any collector at this stage, especially myself, who tries to review every a figure, at least 3 figures a month, would have difficulty keeping all the figures that I review. So at some point I gotta get rid of some guys. Some guys I really have some trouble getting rid of. Let's say Mark 3, I bought it for the purpose of reviewing and then moving on, because I always feel like I only need one Iron Man in my life. But I still have it, I still have it at this point. So I still have 43 and Mark 3. So I broke my my own rule, which is 1 Iron Man. I got 2 now. And size comparison wise, he's a bit taller than most Ultron figures. He's taller than Vision. He's taller than Quicksilver, as you can see right here. But they do look good. If you got the Age of Ultron guys, you know, all together. And I've yet to take a picture, but I've seen some multiple pictures where they look really good. You know, you kind of Photoshop the background, and you know, that's the one thing I'm trying to accomplish. And as good as Civil War is, it's a great film. I would say it's a lot better than Ultron, but Ultron gives you this this feeling of togetherness from superheroes joining forces just to fight a common enemy. So, you know, hopefully we'll get that feeling again. And that's pretty much it, guys. This is your figure. If you're planning to buy this, click the link down below. It's on Big Bad Toy Store. It's a nice price, not gonna lie to you, but at the same time, would I recommend this? A, if you're an Iron Man collector, and B, if you're doing Ultron line. Other than that, it's a nice piece, but I don't know. It's hard to, you know, keep them in the mix if you don't have both those figures. Okay, guys. So thank you for watching. Thank you for thank you for watching all my videos. Please like and subscribe. And down below you can see I got some Facebook page that I've yet to update, and some Instagram page. If you want to follow me, just click the link down below, and I'll see you in the next review.